Good morning, YouTube. First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who is supporting the channel. Thank you very much to everyone. And secondly, I want to talk about something that is a very common thing for us as technicians and also installers too. Many years ago, when I started working for my company, I started as an apprentice, so I used to ride over here with the technician on duty, and that time I was working with an old-timer technician, one of the best technicians I've never met, one of my mentors, and also one of my friends, person that I miss a lot, a very, very good person and friend, one of the person that I learned a lot of it, and he teach me a lot about the trade, and basically he showed me how to work right and properly. Great person. So that time I was working with him, and they sent us to do a troubleshooting in a ductless plate, if I remember right. I'm talking about probably 15 years ago, around. So we get there and we met the customer. It was a restaurant, a pizzeria, and immediately after we told the customer what we're doing, we just grabbed tools and start working on the system. I didn't notice at the first moment that the customer was watching us as we worked, and then this friend of mine noticed it, and he's he just saw him, but he's still working on it. He didn't pay too much attention to it, and after a few minutes of having this guy behind us, we started feeling uncomfortable. Well, I feel uncomfortable. I'm assuming that he did too. I don't know if all of you will feel the same way. That's probably the beginning of the question. We're still working on the system, we're discussing what the problem can be, and the guy is just there, he don't even talk to us, he's just watching. Like 15 minutes later, the guy remains watching us, don't making a comment, don't saying a word, just watching us. And I remember this guy, my friend, he just stand up and he says, look, if you don't mind, if you got something else to do, you can go ahead, you don't have to stay with us, we're gonna take care of this issue for you. So if you got something else to do in the business, you can go ahead, I'll let you know when we finish what we found. And the guy said, yeah, no problem. So we're still working on it, and the guy, he didn't move, just stayed there. It's uncomfortable because the guy is not saying anything. He's not even putting a conversation. Sometimes when you have someone watching you, but he's talking to you, and you establish a conversation, it's also probably not good, because personally I believe I put my mind away from what I'm doing to keep the conversation, and I'm wasting time, and I can miss the problem by talking. So, but this guy in particular is not even talking, he's just there, which is probably uncomfortable too. There is another kind of people that they just start making questions about the system, which at the beginning, personally, I spent some time with my customers, like 10 minutes or so, and I explained them if they are really interested in how the system works. Obviously, I teach them and I explain to them how it works and what the problem can be and what I'm gonna do to solve it. But after that, I would like to keep working, with no interruptions. So back to this day, the guy is just watching us, not making any comments or anything. Sorry about my sinus. It's spring season, you know, the allergy is terrible on me. So my friend just stood up again, and he just went directly right to the guy, and he says, "Look, I don't like to be watched. I don't like it. I feel uncomfortable. So please do whatever you need to do, and I'll let you know when I finish what is happening with your system. But just go." And the guy, "Well, I just want to see what you're doing." So I believe he says, "Enough, my friend." And I believe he just got the cards on the table, and he says, "Look, this is the way that I work. I don't like to be bothered, and I'm feeling that you've been watching me. I get distracted." So the customer refuses, and he told him, "I want to stay and look." I mean, I don't know why. If I'm a customer and I don't know what the technician is doing on my property, and I don't understand what he's doing, then I don't see a reason to stay, you know. And it's not that you are in a bank, you know, it's a different story. You have to have an escort all the time, or a hospital, or a school. It's a pizzeria, and it's not even open yet. But anyways, so he refuses, and we, you know, back to work. And then it looks like the guy went to the bathroom or so, and my friend says to me, "Just grab the tools and we gotta go." And I said, why what is happening? So, you know, I can't work like this. So we grabbed the stuff, back to the van we went, and we left. Probably as me, I will proceed differently. He decided to grab the stuff and go. So now this is the question: do you like to be watched when you work? I know some people just ignore the fact that the customer is there. I don't like it at all. I feel very uncomfortable being watched, and I don't know why, when you've been watched for so long, and with that intensity, not saying anything, just watching you. I don't know why. I don't know if it happens to you, but I start making mistakes because I get, you know, I start getting nervous, and I don't like the fact that I have somebody watching me all the time. I don't know for what reason. And then your mind is just going in different directions, you know, and you are not paying attention on what you're doing. So I believe at the end affects my job, which is my customers, and it's not as, the service is not as good as I would like to have it. But now, in other hand, if you are a customer and you decided to stay and watch, I mean, if the customer pays, he wants to be there, I guess he can. I don't see a reason why. I mean, if I'm a customer, I just want to be watching, I'm paying, so I can stay here all day. I understand that point, but in our side, as a technician, I don't like to be watched at all. It doesn't matter if I do a service or if I do an installation. I don't like to be watched. I don't like to be talked when I'm working. I mean, I can have a little chat, a short conversation about the equipment or something like that. Of course, I can talk to my customer and explain to my customer what is happening, so he got a general understanding of what I'm doing. But more than that, a 30 minutes conversation, it turns in something more like an obstacle in order for me to finish my job properly. But well, that guy just refuses to do something else, and he just stayed with us. And you know, this friend of mine, he used to be an old-timer, so he got his way to work. He likes to do the job properly, right, the first time. He was very knowledgeable. He was a veteran, actually, very great person. But you know, he don't like to be watched. So he decided to go, which, you know, I'm feeling like leaving too, but you know, I don't feel like I'm gonna leave. You know, I prefer to stay and try to take it and try to figure it out. But I will say to my customer, of course, look, if you got something else to do, you can go, and probably that way the customer can understand that I'm feeling uncomfortable. But you know, if the customer don't want to go, I don't know. I think they got the right to stay. But that's the question for today. Do you like to be watched when you work? And if you don't like to be watched, how do you proceed with your customer? What do you say to them? Do you go directly and tell them what is happening? Say, look, I don't like to be watched, please just go and do something else. Or you can just take it and try to finish as fast as you can. Or probably you can, I don't know, just tell them, just, you know, go do something. You know, I don't need you over here watching. I can figure it out myself. But I would like to know. So that's what we got today. Alright guys, thank you for watching.